Hi, I'm Yvon Prehn, and I'd like to share with you my 5 steps of effective church communications and marketing. This is one of the key things that we use to organize the seminars that I'm teaching. And also, even if you don't take my seminars, I think you'll find this very helpful because this gives you a good overview on how to organize all of your church publications. I developed this quite a number of years ago when I saw that people doing communications work in the churches oftentimes did lots and lots of different things, but they just didn't really know why they were doing them. There wasn't any order to them. There wasn't really any reason. So many church communications were just driven by, get it done now. We've got an activity coming up. Just do something. And communications and marketing wasn't really used to move people from outside the church to becoming fully devoted followers of Christ. And I find that if you have all of your communications in a real system that intentionally does that, they're so much more powerful. Things work really well. So let me just go over this. In the seminar, what we do is we go over it in much more detail, and I give you specific examples each step of the way of how to create effective communications. But let me just explain this overall. Here, the way the chart is organized, we have our tasks that we want to go through in moving people from outside the church to becoming fully devoted followers of Christ. We have our target audience, our marketing strategy, our ministry goals, and our effective communications. Let's just briefly look at each one. First of all, step 1. At this step, we simply want to invite people into the church. Unchurched people, our community, that's our target audience. We just want them to see who we are. Evangelism, outreach, just invitation is our goal at this point. Key pieces that we work on here are logos, business cards, postcards, door hangers, very, very simple things. At this step, I'll show you some examples of stuff that's just really easy to do, really simple. At this point, you don't want to do too much. A while back, someone emailed me and said, we're getting ready to do a new church outreach brochure. Should we put our entire doctrinal statement on it? No, I said. People won't even understand the language at that point. Just do something simple. Just invite them. Just get them there. Next, step 2. This is incredibly important. Once people get into your church, you want them to come back. Getting people there is not difficult. I show you lots of very inexpensive and easy ways to create publications for that. This is the difficult step because study after study shows that approximately 70% of the people who visit our churches do not return. That is the saddest statistic that I know of in the church today. Any church that has over a 30% retention rate is thrilled. A lot of this has to do with our communications. People come into our churches with hungry, hurting hearts. Here are visitors, our regular attenders, what we might call the crowd. That's our audience. They're sampling what we're doing. Our church bulletin is the key piece here, but what does it say to them? In far too many churches, the bulletin is the insider piece. It talks about the Awanas meeting and the adult Bible studies the same time, same place, and it uses big words like introit and prelude and invocation, and people have no idea what you're talking about. In my seminars and on my website and all sorts of other things, I can give you lots of ideas on this, but even if you don't read any of those, just look at your bulletin this week and say, what does it say to a totally unchurched person? Mark Mecklenburg has a wonderful reminder where he says that for the average unchurched person to visit your church, it's just like it would be for you to visit a Buddhist temple. Would you have any idea what you're supposed to do? People don't know what they're supposed to do when they come into our churches. Our bulletin's a key piece to communicate what to do. Next, once they're there, you want to involve them, step 3, into other activities in the church. And you see here, your church members, your regular attenders, or your audience, you want to move them into fellowship where you want them to experience ministries in the church outside of Sunday morning. This is so important. So much church communication today just stops at level 2, and people don't ever do anything outside of Sunday morning. But if they are to grow up in their faith, they've got to move move on. Here's where brochures, life stage materials, newsletters are important. And again, in the seminars, on my website, I've got lots of help for you on these things. But realize that you must intentionally market to the people already in your church. At this step also, you very intentionally are moving from external marketing to internal marketing, and it's incredibly important. Once you've got them there, what do you do next? That's step 4. And at step 4, you want to instruct the people. They're there, you want to teach them something. And here too, communications is so important. Everything from lengthy explanations of things on your website, to handouts in teaching situations, to small group materials. You need to be very intentional here, working on materials to educate your people. And once you've got them educated, step 5, you want to inspire them. This step involves your volunteer communications, getting people involved in activities, training them once they're there. And again, many things we could talk about. But the most important thing that I really wanted to show you just in this overview is to give you an idea of really how big the church communications program is. Once again, just to look overall at it, this isn't something for just one person. It is a task for a team. I've got lots of ideas. I'll give you lots of encouragement in my seminars, and I really hope you come, because we will go through each one of these steps and you'll learn how to do them more effectively. If you can't come to a seminar, check out my website. Lots of free stuff there to help you. And wherever you are on this communication, whatever step you're in, I just want to encourage you and remind you that you are doing extraordinary things. Because of the communications that you do, heaven will be different.